Today we are making this saucy Greek meatballs. Yes, they can and will sit on your face. The balls are literally sitting on my face. I've done it. I love handling balls. And this one is the largest, and that's probably the one that I'm going to eat the first. I think that's a reasonable size, don't you? And that's fine. If it slips out, you can just put it back in. You have to be very delicate when you handle meatballs. I'm in such a mood to just get my hands immersed in some meat and do a bit of ball fondling, you know? Let's do it. Now, for tzatziki, you gotta use a cucumber. Now, I'm using an English cucumber. I'm only making this for like half a cup's worth. I'm just doing this for my friend and I, so a small portion. But for that, I'm going to use a cucumber of this size. And I'll tell you, it is a great size, if I may add. Okay, for the tzatziki, I'm just grating this into a bowl. There's little bits flying off everywhere. I love that. I'm just gonna give this a good squeeze. As you can see, it has a lot of juices. And we actually do want to get rid of these juices. We can't use them. I'm just going to grate in a clove of garlic. Doesn't want to stay in the bowl. Can't help slipping out. And that's fine. If it slips out, you can just put it back in. It's all going in the same bowl at the end of the day. I tried to find fresh dill everywhere today. I don't know why, but all the fresh herbs were just out. So I'm using dried dill. Now, yes, it's possible to use dried dill. I did do a little bit of a look on the internet. And if you're using like 1 tablespoon of fresh dill, you can use 1 teaspoon of fresh dill. So I'm going to use half-ish, probably a whole teaspoon. I'm known for overdoing it, so I'm probably going to stay consistent and overdo it just a little bit. But at least from this lesson, you'll be able to know the perfect ratio of dried dill. So it's a teaspoon of dill, half a cup of Greek yogurt, a very generous pinch of salt, and the juice of half a lemon. And then you just give it a really, really good mix. I'm honestly a little bit surprised how real tzatziki looking this actually is, because I was concerned about using the dried dill, but this actually is looking pretty good. Better give it a taste. I nailed it. I'm always a bit surprised when it actually tastes really good. Alright, let's put this in the fridge to chill. And now for the meatballs. So I'm using only beef, but you're welcome to use a mixture of like lamb and beef, chicken beef, turkey beef, whatever. I'm personally using just beef because I want as much iron as possible from my food. I think that's very important. And I'm doing 1 kilo, but you can do half a kilo and half this recipe. Wow, that's a lot of meat. Well, I'm going to make some balls today. I love handling balls, especially meatballs. Alright, I'm going to get all the other things just to add into here. And I'm going to cut up some onion. I'm going to use 1 big sweet onion. I'm using a sweet onion because that's what I've got, but use red onion because that's what the Greek people use. I don't think they use sweet onions. They would probably hate me for using this, but I'm just going to do this exactly how I want. So you do you, I do me. When it comes down to handling balls, it's all about your preference. And we want to cut this really finely. Oh, that onion is making me cry to open this up. I've got some wild, not roadworks, but some wild construction going on, and well, that man is topless, so I don't mind, but it is quite loud, you know. They should be taking a siesta soon. No, he's definitely not taking a siesta, but I might be. Anyway. Whew. Dicing up things fine is such a mission, especially getting it like really fine. I'm just trying to think of all the things that make me sad because of all these tears. And well, I'm just thinking of this one guy that I sort of had a date with, which I wasn't really planning on it being a date, but it turned out to be an amazing date. Then I get a text message 2 days later and he's like, sorry, I'm gonna get back with my ex. And I'm just like, if I'm not your first option, I'm no option. So he can never come back, which is a shame, but like also I'm open for friendship. Anyway. And I'm just grating in 4 large garlic cloves. Roughly half a cup of finely chopped parsley. Not too fine, you can have it pretty rough, just how we like it. Oh God damn it, that is amazing. Some fresh fragrant mint. Now, that's entirely optional, but I know that is just gonna give it that face sitting quality, you know, it's just gonna make you go, oh, what the fuck? I was not expecting the meatballs to just get on my face and sit there. So that's what we're going for today, as always. It doesn't always happen, but hopefully we can achieve that. I am just adding the garlic, parsley, and mint. And yeah, I totally just got all of that on my bench. Yep, honest cooking. I'm an absolute mess. You should check out my floor as well. This is ridiculous. Yep, what's up? Everything's spilled there. I even found that I had like some parsley and mint just chilling here in my underarm. I was like, well, at least it's mint because that's pretty fresh, you know what I mean? In here, we are adding 2 teaspoons of oregano, a teaspoon of cumin, a whole teaspoon of salt, and you can get around me. I'm just gonna free pour. And some good old hefty black pepper. Like half a teaspoon kind of vibe, you know? This is the first time in my life ever buying like breadcrumbs. Now that's a vibe. Half a cup. Let's get our hands dirty. So I'm just going full in here with the raw meat, spices, all the things. I'm just getting my hands really dirty. Oh, it smells beautiful. Oh, I'm so glad I put that mint in there because it's just really giving it that freshness. I just love how it's coming through my fingers. It's just so primal using your hands. In life in general, I really love primal people. I'm a very primitive woman, you could say, and I love a man that knows how to handle that, and also is an absolute animal himself, if I may add. So now it's time to roll these into balls. Now I'm going to grab a good amount in my hand and just maybe roll them into a good ball, like this shape. I think that's a reasonable size, don't you? And then I'm just going to put them on my plate. Oh, that one's just a little bit too big. Not a problem. What a beautiful bowl shape. So delicate. Have to be very delicate when you handle meatballs. It's very important to handle all food with care, actually. But I am just giving them a little bit of a squeeze, as you can see, just to put them together. But not too hard. I know that they don't like being squeezed too hard. Oh, and I've done it. I've made a giant platter of balls. And this one is the largest. And that's probably the one that I'm going to eat the first. All right, let's cook these. Now, because it is literally 35 degrees outside, I'm just going to do this on the stovetop. If you have a skillet, perfect. So I'm doing this in 2 saucepans on medium heat with some olive oil. That big one. So these are going to cook for like 6 to 8 to 10 minutes. Más o menos, less or more. We'll see how we go. Just giving them a cheeky little turn.
Now I am being cheeky and I'm opening one up just to taste it and to see if it's pink. And they're fucking good.
Wow. Can't wait to put these balls in my mouth. We have 22 balls. Actually, there's 21 here because I put one in my mouth. So while those meatballs have been cooling, I've just been cutting up some things that me and my friend are going to have as like salad bowls. But now I'm going to plate up these meatballs in a pretty little way. So when she gets here, it looks all vibey. Some in my mouth. Honestly, I think that's the best tzatziki I've ever had. Thinking like 4 each is good. I mean, I've already had that extra one. Not going to tell anyone about that. So to garnish, I'm going to put a little bit of fresh mint on top. I'm going to go in there with some chili flakes. Then I'm going to crumble some feta on top. And one for my mouth. Now, I don't want you to hate me, but I made a dressing sauce kind of thing. And literally this is just honey, olive oil, lemon juice, salt, and dried oregano. And I'm literally just going to put that on top. And that is just going to sit on top of the meatball's face and give it a really good vibe. Oh, and that can sit on my face while it's at it. Fucking hell. A beautiful plate of our Greek meatballs. How good. And yay, we are on. How delicious. The honey, olive oil, dressing situation.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Whew, let's get that air in. Wow. Spanish summer, I tell you. It's hot as fuck. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
I'm liking the best.